sucks.
No, it doesn't.
When's the last time you were there?
2 months ago?
I was there probably around the same time.
Yeah.
They have not. If you wanted to film a movie about the Apple Pan and set it in 1960,
no, too old. It's like it's from the 40s.
Mason, his first house in Los Angeles was literally walking distance to the Apple Pan.
Yeah.
He lived on.
Good
he
for
lived
you.
on Malcolm, which is right around
there.
the corner.
It's right
from there.
there. Yeah.
And so, the Apple Pan. Your list is like. If you would have made this list in 1965,
that's why I like it. I'm going classic. I'm going modern. I'm going historic LA.
Nothing about your list is modern.
Dodger Stadium
Classic
and Riviera.
Nothing
Still
modern.
Two of the best venues in all of sports. Absolutely.
What would you take that's modern?
SoFi.
Yeah.
SoFi, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good draft pick.
Right. Well, I would, and
Emily's.
then any good current restaurant. Like, I mean,
No, but that's not iconic
Nobu
LA.
in Malibu
Nobu's
is way better than the Apple Pan.
Nobu's
that's
a
a rich guy choice.
I'm going
Wait a minute, but
I'm going
it
a little
doesn't
older.
matter. You get to go to it, right?
You own it.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah,
place.
it's
Have you ever been there, Emily?
I've passed by it. No, I have nothing.
Everybody that rips it until they go. Mason was on that list.
I need some
crazy
money to
expense.
go.
Yes.
Okay, which one? Nobu or Grand Central Market?
Nobu. That is
Nobu.
not close.
Nobu. Yeah.
But aren't we looking iconic?
But,
like
by the way,
history?
Nobu,
Don't you
get
want
these
that?
little slices of fish?
No,
right?
the
I will say
quality
you-
of food is amazing.
You
the
have,
quality
yeah.
of food is
you
Mason
amazing.
have
Island.
like the personal. No, if I would have had the number one pick, I would have taken the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah,
you
me
have
too.
that,
Me
right?
too.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, but Taylor, your list, and I don't even know what Sacred Cove is. Your list.
Got to go
He
there.
doesn't even need the number 4.
Yeah,
He took
number
his
4.
just 3.
By the first
We
three.
punt.
Tell Mason your first 3.
So I had the Troubadour, I had the Greek Theater, and I had Hermosa Beach Pier.
All
Troubadour,
3 of those
the Greek,
places.
and Hermosa
if
Beach
I
Pier.
could only go to those 3 places from now until the end of my LA life, I would
First
be
of all,
great.
there's nowhere to eat in the. Well, I guess you could eat at the pier. There's
the
spots
pier
down
has
there.
27
Yeah,
restaurants.
but it's
no,
just,
it
you,
is.
By the way,
you
Trav,
own the pylons and the planks.
No.
You don't own the restaurants.
Right, but of the 27 restaurants,
Yeah.
90% of the people are smashed. It's great. It's just a
intriguing.
great time.
I want a little gritty LA in my life, John.
Oh, the pier is plenty gritty,
I
Taylor.
want a
Tell
little
him.
old school, classic Hollywood.
Taylor, am I right in saying
I
that
want a little
in the same
corruption.
10-minute period, a guy will walk in with no shirt, no shoes, and a Speedo, and a girl, it's very possible a stoned woman topless could walk in and ask you to borrow $5, which you will happily give her.
Chateau Marmont, you're going to get the same
No,
thing.
shut
Oh, that's where you go to die.
That's
Yeah.
why I took it.
Wait a minute, you want to die?
No, I want to own the thing that's on
It's
the
like
news when everybody
historically
shows up.
where
Yes.
I used to
you get
live-
me? Do you see where I'm
and
doing?
die.
You
Yeah.
used
get
to
what
live-
I'm going for.
It's a landmark.
Thank you.
Right around the corner. Lindsay Lohan used to live at the Chateau
Right.
Marmont. Enough
You're
said.
making my case for me.
No, that place is an armpit.
No.
What would be
Yes.
your
wanna
first
take-
pick?
I'm not
What
saying
would be
I
your
want to
first
live
pick?
Hollywood
there.
Bowl.
What would be
Yeah,
your first
Hollywood
pick?
Bowl.
That's your first pick.
First
Good
pick
choice.
overall.
It's a good choice.
It's a great choice.
It went
Hollywood
And then
Bowl.
all of Taylor's
It went
picks
third.
except the last one.
It went third.
What did you take?
Number 1?
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Dodger Stadium you got to take.
Yeah.
SoFi you got to take. Those are like
Did anybody take SoFi?
Yeah,
Emily did. I did
All right.
Rose Bowl, Griffith Park
Yeah.
Observatory, SoFi, and First Trader Joe's.
Griffith
All right.
Park you got to
Rose
have.
Great
Bowl
one.
can't get out of it.
Yeah,
Griffith
Rose
Park
Bowl, worst
Observatory,
parking
get
ever.
in line. Do you like lines? Is that
I love lines.
you're-
Also, I
you're-
work for the Rose Bowl.
You are thinking of this as a customer of these
course
places
I am.
as opposed to the owner of
The
these
owner.
places.
So like the Grove.
Wait a minute.
If you're
Not-
the
not
owner
that.
of
That
the
was on the
Grove,
list.
You're
I didn't
going
take
over
it.
a lot of
but
money.
that's-
I want,
place it. You're-
I want the
you're
notoriety.
bankrupt.
I want the
Yeah.
notoriety.
Yeah,
I want the sizzle.
No, the
I
Apple
want the gritty.
Nobu makes more in a dinner of 4 from us than the Apple Pan
I
makes in a week.
I want my portfolio to be eclectic. I want it to be
Yep.
classic. I want it to be fun.
I do like the Apple Pan. I just don't know if it'd be on the all-time list of landmarks
Anybody
It is
for
for
Los
me.
Angeles.
Yeah,
It
anybody
is
would
for
go
me.
to the Apple Pan ahead of Nobu.
Oh, for
It's
100 times out of 100
somebody
for me.
take Pinks?
No, Pinks
No.
would have been a great choice.
Pinks
That was
is a
left
good
there.
call.
Pinks would have been a good
Yeah.
choice. The food we had.
Nobody
Slee
took Tommy's?
Tommy. What? Nobody took In-N-Out.
Well, Tommy's is more
I thought
LA.
you'd go in
Right.
and out.
Yeah. Well,
Anybody
Baldwin Park
take
is
the
yeah.
Walk of Fame?
No,
No.
it was on my list. It
Yeah.
was,
By the
it was
way,
on my list.
There's a lot of good
Walk
ones
of
left.
Fame, depending on what part of town you're in.
Yikes.
Overrated.
That you don't want to be
Dicey down there.
But it's iconic.
Yeah.
It's gritty. It's
No one took
very,
Disneyland.
very LA.
It is very
I mean,
LA.
Yeah.
The only hotel you could have taken that was worse than the Chateau Marmont might be the Hotel Roosevelt. But every other hotel.
What about this Hotel Cecil?
Oh, yeah, the Hotel Cecil.
I honestly almost
That-
picked that because I love the lore of it.
Yeah, the Hotel Cecil's
That was like
infamous.
what was the Hotel
Where
Cecil?
it's
like
the-
a
girl was
that's
found
where
in the water
People were
tank.
disappearing.
So,
They
Trav,
found the girl in the
You
water
should
shower.
Is that
replace-
Netflix?
Now that I know what you were going for,
Yeah.
you should replace the apple pan with one of two places. First of all, the Palm.
Palm's
in,
good.
In West Hollywood is
Palm's
where.
good.
It's
And
good.
is Musso and Frank still open?
Oh yeah,
that-
Musso
yeah.
and Frank.
See, that's
a
more.
great
That's
restaurant.
more.
I really hate myself right now. That was the pick.
That was a great.
That was the
Take
pick.
the apple pan out, put Musso's and Frank, and you get a little closer to Taylor. But Taylor laughed you
Musso and
losers.
Frank is a huge. Philippe's was on the list. I was considering that
Philippe's
as
is
well.
good.
That's
Kind
a
of
good choice.
dive, but okay.
But again, you're thinking about like where am I going for lunch today? I'm thinking about classic, iconic, gritty,
So I would
historic.
be the owner of these places.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, the Hollywood
metaphor-
Bowl's a pick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
for
Hollywood
for
Bowl.
example,
Well,
like
the most money would be from SoFi, right?
Oh, for sure.
But
yeah.
It better
He's
be
making it
for
in.
what they spent. It better be.
I thought it was more because we weren't really. I didn't pay attention at all to anything financial.
No.
right? Like none of that. So I took just because I think it's one of the coolest things they do since 1973, the Drew League. I didn't
want
take
somebody to
Crypto.com.
Wait, okay. Now here's something that, and I need an honest answer
Yeah.
out of you.
Yeah.
I
Musso
promise.
and Frank.
You'll be honest. You've never been to a Drew League game in person,
Oh,
have
of
you?
course I have, and
Really?
I did Lakers talk
And
broadcast
you
from there.
and you liked it?
Oh yeah.
How many shirts did you go through?
Was it
Oh,
hot?
because there's no air conditioning.
There's no anything.
Okay, so this
I
is
mean,
in
it's
this,
and as many people
I've
pile
never
into
been.
that thing. As,
I've never been.
that's kind of
By the way,
what,
I don't
that's
know
what
what the
kind of
hell it
makes
is.
it.
What is
That's the
Drew
allure.
League?
of
I've
it.
been here for 30 years. What is it?
It is a basketball league where anyone is welcome to come and play. When you were living in New York, it's the equivalent to Rucker Park.
That's okay.
exactly.
Except,
Perfect example.
except that it's indoors without any ventilation.
man.
Kobe's played in it. Every iconic KD. LeBron's been in it before.
Right.
You know who
James
is
Harden,
you know who
DeMar
is a Drew
DeRozan,
League legend?
Baron
Swaggy
Davis.
Swaggy P.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Swaggy.
Yeah, he is.
Because there's not a lot of passing in the Drew League, as you may have noticed, Alan. When you got
No, it's
I
not,
had a
you're not
s-
setting screens
I
and
have,
running
I have a
plays.
7-footer living across the street from me that he's now playing in Europe. But he used to say, I hear if I go down to that Drew League, I'm never going to see the ball unless I rebound it and dribble it to the other end. I said, that
Am I
is
right on
very
that?
true.
Am I right
Whoever
on that?
gets the ball normally shoots it.
Okay, so we were talking about this a second ago too, and this kind of goes together with our famous LA landmarks, just famous basically. Did you guys see what Lincoln Riley said about being here?
He said he's in an aquarium as opposed to a fishbowl.
He's right.
Yeah, that he's basically saying I can kind of live my life here, and people aren't busting me up. That I'm not famous enough here.
So
I'm paraphrasing.
My friends jokingly refer to me as a Class D celebrity.
Yes.
So if somebody recognizes me, my friends will all in code go, Class D. Ireland's got to talk to somebody. Class D. A is the megastars, like the Schwarzeneggers, the
LeBron.
movie stars.
Yep.
Yeah, LeBron
Denzel.
Kershaw qualified. B is the TV stars, the Jennifer Anistons,
Okay.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Jennifer Aniston.
I put him on
should
A.
Be A.
I put that on
shouldn't
the
it?
A
Well,
list.
I'm just saying, like,
You're talking about like the people on NCIS and the
Pam
people
from
on-
The
Mark
Office.
Right.
Yeah, Mark Harmon. Mark Harmon's a good example.
C is. I heard you interviewing Spencer Garrett.
Yeah, Spencer
who
Garrett.
plays Chick Hearn on Winning Time, and you said that Spencer. People will walk up to Spencer and go, "I
Did
know
we go to high
you-
school
You're
together?"
that Right.
guy
Yeah.
Those are Class
from-
C's.
Yeah.
Somebody you recognize. They have some level of fame, but you can't put your finger on it. And then Class D is everybody else. People that you're like, is Travis Rogers a celebrity? Class D.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to know me specifically. No one
Right.
that
Like
there's no-
Kathy Griffin had a comedy special called My Life on the D
on the D
list.
list.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
you'd have to know us, right? You're
Right.
not just casually like, I think I know that guy from. It's not happening. You have to be a listener.
You would
to the
really
station.
have to be a
Right,
listener.
yes.
By the way, the weird thing though is that if they are a listener, they know
Everything.
everything about us. Our
Everything.
lives are literally
So,
lived on the air.
Using your metrics,
Right,
Right.
Slee?
Lincoln
Oh,
Riley
yeah.
is like a B minus. Is that where we
Yes.
are? Like he's
Solid B
He's
minus.
not on
Yeah.
the C list, but he's certainly not on the A. So
But
we'll
he
go B.
could be
10
on
people.
Well, no, wait a minute.
That's
Wait
the
a
problem.
minute.
Hold
If
on,
Lincoln
hold
Riley
on.
walked across
That's
LA Live
exactly
right
what
now,
we just said.
10 people.
people would go.
Out of 10, I think
He's
three.
he might be a C plus.
I
for
think
now.
if you had we just talked about this. He walks through. There's 10 people. He said, "You know who that is?" I think 3 people go, "Oh, that's Lincoln Riley."
Yeah.
I think it's 3.
I think it may be less.
Yeah.
I think it may be 2. I think it may be. I
it-
mean,
maybe.
honestly, but
Now-
he hasn't coached a
Hold on,
single
but give the
game.
example. Give the example.
What if it's Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll, everybody knows.
No, he's a solid B.
But
Yeah.
he's got
Yeah, but that's the
NFL,
point. See,
Super
he's
Bowl,
he's
got all that
enjoying.
stuff.
Lincoln Riley is enjoying that perfect pocket
It's a honeymoon.
of fame.
It's a
There's
honeymoon.
By the way, what's
not one
if he
game
needs
played
something,
yet.
if he calls the Dodgers and says, "Hey, I'd love to sit behind home plate tonight," they're going to hook him up,
Right,
Because
sure.
he's just famous. But if he went and sat in left field, people would leave him
No,
alone.
nobody would know.
People would leave. That's the pocket you want to be in. You want to be in that famous enough to
Where
get
you
what
can
you need.
maintain some of your anonymity.
Yes.
But I'll
Well,
tell you what, if USC is good this year, people
It
will
won't
It will
last
change,
long.
absolutely
It
will
won't
change.
last
Lincoln
long.
Riley.
Like using that example, I'm shocked because a lot of teams stay in the hotel that's right next to us.
Yeah.
There's a double Ritz-Carlton Marriott hotel here, and some of the teams will stay there. And normally, like this is true when we go with the Lakers too. Our hotel can be right next to the arena, like it would be here, and you still get on a bus and they drive you over there, so you don't have to walk through the crowd. Well, I remember one time Scotty Bowman, who's a Hall of Fame hockey coach,
yeah.
walked right out the front door of the Marriott, walked across the street, and nobody stopped him. I think Mick Cronin, the UCLA coach, could do that.
Yeah, I think
by
you're
the
right.
way,
You're right.
One time I
Absolutely.
walked out of this building and Don Nelson was sitting at a table
Oh, yeah.
outside
That's
Starbucks
a great example.
smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you guys
Yeah,
have all
probably
had a
weed.
similar
Yeah,
experience.
probably weed now.
I was working, I should say, in the Valley. Right in.
By the way, you're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, KRDC Pasadena, Los Angeles, K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
I forget if you guys work there or not because we've worked together in different places
Right.
over the years. Maybe it was when I worked at Premier at the building in Sherman Oaks, corner
Oh,
of
I know that.
Ventura
Right
and
off the
Sepulveda.
freeway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right off the freeway. There's a Whole Foods right across the street.
Yep.
I went over there to get lunch one day, and I'm going through, and I see this guy, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, it was that one of those. I know who this person is, but I can't put my finger on who this person is. And it was, you guys might even not know the name. It was Sean O'Donnell, who was playing for the Kings at the time. He was a
Okay.
hockey player for the Kings, and I was watching, and I was looking. I literally had that moment. Sean O'Donnell. It
Right.
was, and he looks at me, he goes, "Yes."
That's a C. Yeah.
He was
Yes.
excited.
That's
Yeah,
a,
he
that's
was
a,
so
that's a
excited.
Finally.
C.
Yeah.
I know you from somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
Are you
Shut
that
it up!
guy
He was so
from-
excited that I recognized him because that probably happens once a month.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was
exactly.
great. It was great. You guys are D's. We're all D's. We're F's. What are we?
I'm a notch below Ireland. Ireland's got the
got the
Lakers.
Lakers.
I've just
Laker
got
presence.
this
Well, I could
little
say-
No, I think
O-down.
we're all D's now because nobody knows what to do with us.
Because of the app?
And there are no E's. No,
Well,
the
here-
app might raise us to
D
a D
plus.
It may. Yeah. The
Here's
app
a good
is that
example.
good.
You want a good example?
Yeah.
Go to a game at crypto.com. See how many people. You got the usher right behind John and Michael. How many times he goes up to them? Hey, can they take a quick picture with you?
See?
And it's Michael and John.
That's
It's Michael and John.
that makes you a D.
Which
That
is
makes us an E.
One of the reasons, by the way,
E-list.
you heard Amanda talking the other day. Michael likes to sit in the aisle because it has the most room.
Yep.
But Michael's incapable of saying no to that request.
Yeah.
And so we'll be doing right in the middle of the game. Right in the middle of the game. Somebody will go, hey, can I take a picture? And Michael will be going, yeah, you know, LeBron, that's not a foul. That's about, yeah, hold on a second.
Mouthful of chips.
Yeah, that's
So
a lot of
Amanda,
fun.
that's why Amanda moved him off the corner. It's because he's incapable of telling people. And then if you tell him, Michael, you can, like she said to him one time, she goes, look, you can sit in the corner, but when the game's on, do the game. And
Well, he
Michael
does
goes,
that.
yeah.
a lot to
And then,
ask.
and then the first person that walks up, Michael will go, no. So then she goes, fine, just you have to sit in the corner.
He
gotta be
says
the
it's
police
for the
officer.
leg room,
Uh-huh.
but he likes leaning on the, it's kind of like the railing that's
Yeah.
right there. But you're right. Anytime anybody comes by, and it's freaking Michael Thompson.
And by the
they
way,
want to take a picture. with him.
and he'll do it to Alan. Like, right, Alan needs him more than I do. At least I have the game. If Michael goes AWOL, Alan is like in the middle of a segment, and he'll go, Michael, let me ask you a question.
He's gone.
Yeah, Golden
for
State,
two
and he'll
minutes.
go, and he'll look down, and Michael's like 10 feet over with his arms around two people.
I am fully aware when I did the Lakers for those couple of years, we're talking, Michael and I would do the show, and I'm asking him questions. We're talking about what's coming up. The next thing I know, he's fiddling with the NBA League Pass. It won't load. It won't get
login.
going.
So why- so you can watch Clay.
And he's asking me, like, why won't this go? I'm like, I don't know, but we're
in the
we're
middle
kinda
of
doing a
something
show.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can maybe help you during the
By
break,
the way,
but now's not the
the
time.
A-list, B-list thing, it also depends on where you are. Like, for example, at Crypto.com, Michael is a solid B.
Yes.
That's true.
yeah, bordering on an A.
You're upgraded.
Yeah,
Yes.
Inside
in the building. Yeah, we
Crypto.com
might all
arena.
go up a letter.
But
in
at
the
Costco,
building.
Well, that's part of what
At
Riley.
Costco, you're an E.
yeah.
At Costco, I'm an A. I do work in Costco.
there you go.
He's
There
back.
you go.
He's doing his thing. that's I think what Riley was getting at too. That in Norman, Oklahoma, you go to Costco to get a bottle of wine and flowers. And it's like,
Everybody
hey, why
knows
did you
you.
run that play on third down? Why didn't you? Here, people are like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like to be able to go do your thing, and while people care far more in Oklahoma than they do here about this stuff, if you're the head coach, you would maybe like to be able to go to the movies once.
So I
and
work
not
out.
deal
I
with
work
it.
out in this gym, and one day I look over, and like on the machine next to me is Andy Enfield, the USC coach.
Right.
Sure.
And I'd met him once before. So I
I'll
went
be
over.
honest. I know the name.
Yeah.
I know. I wouldn't. if
So
I
I had
walked
met
in,
him.
I don't think I
I had
would.
met
I
him
don't
once
think I would either.
before, and so I went over and talked to him for a while, and then I looked like 2 machines over is Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is a weird gym because no one's bothering anybody. You know, we can.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting question, though, is how do you deal with having a big celebrity around you? Like, for example, in the media room once at what was then Staples is now Crypto, there are Kim Kardashian
And Kanye.
West.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, God, could you imagine? First of all, it's like a weird feeling to be
There's like a
around
crackle in
people
the
like,
air,
yeah,
too.
there really is.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking quietly about them. And I thought, my God, what would happen if I got a picture with Kim and Kanye and put it on my social media? Through the roof, man.
Here's my favorite Mason social media story. So one day we work in a
I
fishbowl
think I know
studio.
this one
Yeah,
is.
I think
And
so.
and
I'm
Mason's
embarrassed
where
by
you
this.
are, Trav.
Yeah.
And I'm where Sliwa is. And when you come into this building, you can look through the glass. And Mason goes, we'll be back after this. Mason and Ireland goes, John. He goes, who's that girl sitting in the lobby? I know her from someplace. So he's got the Class C thing. I go, oh, that's Emmanuel Shrieky. She's on Entourage.
Entourage,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
And
I
Mason
remember
goes,
her.
Mason-
Beautiful.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Yeah.
Mason goes, great. I gotta go get a picture. And he grabs his phone and runs in there. And this is how the culture works. So Dave Singer, who's producing our show at that time, is in the door, and he goes, where's Mason going? I go, oh, he's taking a picture with that girl out in the lobby. And Singer goes, who is that? I go, it's Emmanuel Shrieky. She's on Entourage. Singer goes, well, I'm getting one. and then he runs in and thing. And that happens to Kim anywhere she goes.
Sure.
Like, and the weirdest thing is Kim is super approachable. Like,
She really and could not have been nicer to
and
all
she's that
of
way.
the staff
She's that way
and-
all the time. Like I've been around her before, and like she'll get bothered. She'll stop and take pictures. She'll talk to you. Kanye is the biggest jerk. It's like I can totally see why they broke up. One of them is super nice to everybody. The other one is like won't give you the time of day.
Did you see anybody go up to them?
Yes,
oh, you
of
did.
a lot of redcoats went up to him, and they didn't take pictures. They just said, "Hi, I'm a big fan." All that kind of stuff. And
That's
nobody
far less
talked-
intrusive, by the
Nobody
way.
talked to Kanye. Everybody talked
When they
to Kim.
came into the media room, because that's the same thing. I was
By the
like,
way, what's Kim? Is Kim an A or a B?
Oh, A.
Oh,
hey,
hey,
Beyonce.
she's got like
Now, all
Beyonce.
right. So
million
at
followers.
what part? I agree. At what part of the Kardashian lineage do you drop to a B?
It's generational.
Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney are all A's. Is Rob a B?
Okay, I'll give you
Is
my.
Rob the one that
He's the one
left?
that's no. Rob's the one that's in the lawsuit with Black
Well,
China.
here's
right now.
the deal. For instance, I know who Khloe and Kim are.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick any of the other ones out of a lineup.
You couldn't pick Courtney out
Not
of
a
a lineup?
chance.
You could pick.
Not a-
If you saw Courtney,
You would know Courtney.
know.
aren't the
I
younger
can
ones?
almost
Aren't the
By the
younger
way,
ones more
Kylie,
popular?
Kylie and Kendall make more money than
Yeah,
the
they're the-
older
they're the
sisters.
more
I'm not.
popular
I'm
ones.
just saying. For me, I think there's a generational.
You're right, it
thing.
is generational,
What was
like-
who's the one that I would know? You guys
Chloe.
think- No, I know Chloe.
No.
What was the
Oh,
other?
I'm sorry,
Courtney.
Courtney.
Yeah, with a K.
Courtney's the one dating
Travis Barker.
Travis Barker.
Blink
There you
182.
go. Yeah.
Hold on. We're about to find out if I know who this
I
is.
actually
Emily,
watched
other
part
than-
of the Kardashian
No,
show.
no,
Emily,
no
other than
chance.
Kim,
Recently?
who's the
Recently?
most famous Kardashian?
How is it?
Can she hear me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I watched part of the Kardashian show.
I
Because I wanted to know what it was going.
'Cause I
This
guilted
is-
him into it.
This is the brand new one. On
I watch,
Hulu.
and Juan, his partner, watches,
Yeah.
and so Mason's like, "Well, let's
Isn't the younger one? Isn't she the one? Is she like a billionaire because of her
Kylie.
some
Her
product?
that's,
Kylie
Kylie,
or
that's
Kendall?
Kylie. Yeah, she's one who has 2 kids with Travis Scott,
and one's like a supermodel.
and Kendall is the highest. You don't know, Trav? You don't know who Kendall Jenner is?
I know that there are
Do you know-
multiple Kardashians.
do
What
you
I'm
know who-
saying is,
okay.
if you put all the Kardashians together,
Right.
Yeah.
and said pick out.
By the way,
Kim,
drive down the
you'd go
405. They're on a
1 for 7.
giant
I'd go,
billboard
I'd go
on the
one
right.
for one on Kim. I'd
Yep.
go 1 for 1 on Chloe, and the other ones I'm guessing. I truly
Wait,
don't know.
really?
Dating
Yeah.
Booker.
Trav, do you? Yeah, I was just going to ask him that. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah,
No
that's
what?
right.
Who Kendall Jenner, who's the highest paid model in the world? Do you
Okay.
know who she dates?
No, I have no idea.
Devin Booker.
Oh, okay. I know. Then yes.
She's the one who also dated Ben Simmons too. She dated a lot of the NBA.
Well, you
players.
have to be.
She only likes basketball players.
You
so
have
Ben's
to be a
out.
professional athlete or a musician to date one of the Kardashians.
Yes. Yeah.
That was good.
And how it fits in the family.
Yeah.
I only can get jokes out of
Or
Sliwa
Pete
when I make
Davidson.
an NBA reference. It's my
Right.
only shot.
Slee, you're not watching Kardashians?
This guy said she only likes basketball players. That's why she doesn't like Ben Simmons. Nothing from you two. That was good.
I
That's
missed
actually
that
a
line.
good
That's
one.
a great
You got to
line.
pay attention.
It's a great line.
You got to
Sorry
pay
about that.
attention. Yeah.
But now Pete Davidson's with Kim too. It's a win for the tall, skinny guys.
Yeah, but Pete Davidson, I know. but,
Wait a minute. Emily, explain the attraction to Pete Davidson.
Okay, so he goes to therapy.
Right.
He has a great relationship with his mom. He has money. He tattoos are
There's a
attractive.
lot of tattoos.
And he has BDE. So that all of that together makes you want to be with him.
Yeah.
Well, I play golf with a comedy agent, and so he
I
said,
thought you were going to say something about BDE.
no. But
I
so
got it,
you
by
guys-
the way. I
did too. I am going to say
Serious.
something about that.
Okay.
But here's the joke. Pete Davidson's stand-up now when he goes on a thing and he says, friggin' Ariana Grande. And everybody goes, oh, he's going to say something about Ariana Grande? He normally doesn't talk about these famous women that he dates. He goes, you guys know what Ariana did to me? He goes, she started a rumor. She put it out there that I have BDE. And now, he goes, I have a very average you-know-what. He goes, now, every time I go out with a girl, we get to the point where it gets intimate, they go, really? That's it?
It's the energy.
Yeah.
It's the rumor. You just
Right,
need the
by the
rumor.
way,
They're
it is-
She
disappointed.
just killed
They're
me.
disappointed.
I've disappointed more women after that than anybody alive.
But there's a difference between that and actually just having BDE.
yeah, and pretending like you
Yeah,
have.
you got cocky swagger,
It's the E.
kind of. Yeah,
It's the E.
It's the E.
Right,
the emphasis
E
on
is
the
the,
E.
is the
yeah,
part. The energy.
Exactly.
The
That's the-
therapy
that's the
that
part
he's
that makes
taking
it
care
go.
of his mentals, all that stuff
So
is
wait a
always
minute.
nice.
Wait a minute, Emily. The fact that he's in therapy is an attractive quality
Yes.
to you.
It is nice to have a man that is working on himself, as opposed to a man that is just pushing everything to the side and putting it on you.
Here,
So
Emily,
I read-
I like it. By the way, I've been working on myself twice a week for years.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I read this long article once from this. I won't out her, but it was kind of a famous woman, and she said, it's a little political, but not too much. She goes, "I only date Republicans," and the interviewer says, "That's a weird choice, especially you've come out on so many issues and you're liberal." He goes, "Yes, because they only care about themselves, and I don't have to work about any of it." I'm like, okay, there you go.
I like it. I like it. Thank you for getting my Ben Simmons joke roughly 90
I
seconds.
got it. That's good.
I helped
It's
out.
good.
Thank
In
you.
fact, we're gonna clip it out and then play it a couple of times.
Now,
during
wait,
the Mason and Ireland.
serious question
Yes.
before you guys go. Have each one of you downloaded the app yet?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You're going to be shocked as you try it in the garage, because you can't get any radio in the garage, but you can get the app. I'm not kidding. It is 10 times easier than the old way.
One touch.
10 times. Before you had to go, okay, ESPN, more, live radio, LA,
Scroll.
Travis and Sliwa,
MLB.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you had to go through soccer scores. Now, you go to this ESPNLA app. You hit it once, boom, you'll hear us.
It's
We'll
going
be
to
in
play
your ears.
right away. Mason and Ireland coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow.
We've got a special announcement from Key. Take it away, homeboy.
It's time to take your appetite to a mega level. Do you want 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand? Introducing the all-new 710 ESPN app. Get it now in your App Store or Google Play. Just search ESPNLA.
Good job, Key. Download the app Thursday. Get it now in your App Store or Google Play. Just search ESPNLA.
once, and Mason and I will be in your ears. It's fantastic.
It is the
I don't
best.
know how we live this long without this app.
And here's the thing. Be sure to search ESPNLA. Don't search 710 ESPN. You got to search
I'm glad
ESPNLA.
you brought that up, because if you do that, if you do 710 ESPN, you'll get a completely different thing.
Yeah.
ESPN, just go ESPN space LA.
In your App Store or Google Play, and that's how you get it, and bam! You get Mason in Ireland. Let's hit it, Jorge. Mason in Ireland, your Thursday afternoon right now.
What's going on, people? So you heard about if you haven't downloaded the app yet, jump on that thing, ESPNLA. It really is going to change your life. So we're going to do live the day today. John, it is your live. We got a pair of tickets to the Lombardi Party May the 12th at Hollywood Park Casino. I want to get this out there early if you can figure out John Ireland's lie. And I intend to pay special attention today.
Okay.
A lot of times I lose my place and I forget. Oh, let me check.
So
I don't remember anything at the end.
To fool you.
Yes.
As well as the
I'm
audience.
Paying attention. So our tonight is NFL draft. For me as a Rams fan, that means the Dodger game's on.
All right.
No, there's not. No Dodger game.
No
tonight.
Dodger game
There's
tonight.
no Dodger game tonight. Oh,
Yeah, wait,
damn.
well, why are you mocking the draft? The draft's on ESPN.
Oh, I know. I don't know anything about it. I don't do a mock draft. I know who's at the top
All right,
of the draft, and I know the
can
first
I say
round.
something
a
that will
little bit.
surprise no one that's ever listened to me?
Yeah.
I'm Camp Les Snead. F them picks.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody seems like, they'll say, and with the 7th pick, the New York Jets select Jorge Briones. And all the Jet fans go, no, it's the opposite.
Boo! Boo, Briones!
They booed Donovan McNabb.
That's not
the
who
Philly
we
fan.
wanted.
Yeah.
them picks.
F them picks.
Yep.
That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big show business thing. It's in Vegas. I know it's like arguably the second biggest thing the NFL does all year long, right? The draft is a gigantic party.
See, I'd much rather watch a bad game. I'd rather watch game between Jacksonville and the Jets than watch the draft.
Well, the reality is, so I watch Get Up every day, and I watch all the ESPN shows, SportsCenter, and today it was all draft. And I'm like, all right, I got a pretty good idea who's going in the top 10. Beyond that, who knows who's ever going to be a contributor or a real star or a significant player in the league. So I'm like, all I know is I'm rooting for Small Hands Kenny. I'm rooting for Small Hands Kenny Pickett to land somewhere good. I think Mel has him going as the number one quarterback despite his very small hands.
All right, so don't ask me how I know this. It would be, of course,
How do you know this?
For research. But one of the stars on Pornhub is a guy named Small Hands.
No.
Oh, you know that for other reasons.
Never been there.
Yeah, I someone just pointed it out to me.
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing you speak of? I have no idea.
Never
no
been
knowledge.
on that site
But
before.
that's a terrible nickname.
Yeah, it is a terrible nickname. And I feel bad for Kenny Pickett. That everywhere for the rest of his career, people are going to know him as having small hands. And if he succeeds, it'll be like, look, small hands still succeed. If he fails, it's like it's because he has small hands.
I actually think that Dorian Thompson-Robinson can sue Bergman because he's
you bring that up.
You bring it up every time
with
you talk
DTR.
about him.
He has very tiny hands.
No, he does not have
He does.
tiny
He
hands.
has very tiny hands where the ball slips out of his hand.
That's ridiculous. What if his hands are just if they're large but not very strong?
They're very small hands.
How big were Jared Goff's hands? Because I'll tell you what, he sure
Big.
did. Were they?
Yeah.
Because he led the league in strip sacks. I mean, he used to give up the football like crazy. So we got the draft tonight. By the way, complete coverage here on 710 ESPN and ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes and all the places where ESPN
You can
is.
listen to it on the ESPNLA.
Listen to it on
What
the
is
ESPN
that?
app.
Where's that from?
What is that?
It says small hands. I think it's from Austin Powers.
Small
Okay.
hands?
Where he says something, he's like people in the circus, they freak me out because they have small hands.
And smell of cabbage, right? Isn't that the official line? Yeah. Small hands and smell of cabbage.
What does that have to do with anything?
Throw it out there. What the hell? What the hell? So, Ireland, I got a question for you that relates to, first of all, Bert.
I'm now connecting small hands and cabbage for
Yeah.
no reason.
I'm pretty sure that's the full line.
I'm looking it up. Go ahead. I hijacked
Small
it.
hands
I
and
hijacked your
smells of cabbage.
All right, I'm
pretty sure that's
literally
right.
Googling
Connie's.
that phrase.
I could not have possibly
Yeah.
made that up, right?
Only two things scare me. Carnies. Why carnies? Small hands.
And they smell of
Like
cabbage. Yeah,
Yes.
they smell of cabbage.
What a great movie. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
So,
it is. You're right.
Is it?
Small hands and they smell of cabbage.
Yes!
I can't.
How did that line stick in my head? It's a funny ass line.
Circus folks, nomads, smell like cabbage. Small hands.
Yep. Smell of
All
cabbage.
right, what's your question?
Wait, I think we got it. Hold on.
You got it?
Oh, no, he doesn't have it.
Okay.
My bad. Go.
So Bergman's lost a lot of weight.
I've heard.
Yeah. Are you still under 200?
I am. Actually, this morning I was 188.8.
Oh, my gosh, you're like in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
now. I'm at 186.
So I was at 204, but ate donuts last night.
Of course you did.
For the first time in over 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks. First time I've eaten donuts.
God, Bergman, find out how much a lie detector would cost.
I'm gonna
Bring
delete that sound from your page.
Wouldn't it be great if we had a lie detector in the show? And whenever somebody says something, like I say, don't ask me how I know this,
Right.
but there's a porn star named Small Hands.
Right.
Wouldn't it be great to slap me
Ding,
on
ding,
a
ding,
lie
ding, ding.
detector
Yeah.
and say, by the way, it would ruin lie of the day.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
But only
line of
us
the
would
day?
see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we could talk about it. We just
Find out how
something
much
else.
it costs. Tell Sam Pines to put that in a budget.
Sam, I know you're here.
Okay.
Some shows want more salary. Mason and Ireland want an actual lie detector.
Can you now lie detectors? It's interesting you mention this. There is a way to beat them, right?
Well, if you're, it's the old George Costanza, right? It's not a lie if you believe
That's
it.
one way to be it, but there's another way where you can actually lie, and if you control your breath and you can control your heartbeat and you can control your sweating and all that stuff, there are people that can outright beat a
What's
lie
interesting
detector.
about that is one of the reasons why you know a lot about the Olympics.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why certain drugs are on the banned substance list are they're drugs that slow your heart rate down.
Yeah, it's
Because
beta blockers.
Golfers
Golfers also, I think they test for it.
Theoretically, you're a gymnast and you have one mount to win the gold medal. If you could slow your heart rate down, you could perform better.
You know what's a big one is, biathlon where you ski and then you lay down and shoot?
Then you shoot. Yeah.
Right.
If you can stop your heart rate.
So the shooting, any of the shooting sports, it's can you slow your heart rate down and can you stay as still as possible? So yeah, beta blockers, they may test for them because it helps with putting.
Right.
If you're a professional golfer.
I would take anything that helps with putting.
So a USB polygraph real home lie detector?
Yeah.
$99.95.
That thing, that's a
$99.95.
scam.
Then there's also, if you want the USB Polygraph 3 Military Edition professional lie detector machine.
That's the one we want.
$179.95.
Oh, see, I think the station would sport for that.
I'm gonna go find Sam.
I'll split it with you.
Done.
Now,
Mason
if you want to
and I'll
get
buy it.
if you want to get the Signal
No,
technology
179's our
spectral
way.
What is
analyzers,
I'm
9
just curious.
kilohertz.
Yeah, what's the top of the line cost me?
That one is $13.95 on Amazon.
$1,395. Yeah, no, we're not.
$1,395.
We're not that serious about catching lies.
Okay,
But the
I bet you
179
Mason
one.
and the 179 one could fool that. Mason and I could beat that thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bit in itself right now.
Right.
There is a
Beat
whole
the
bit there.
polygraph.
No. Well, here's what we would do. Do you get an actual number score? Who is a better liar, Mason or Ireland?
Oh, my God.
You guys could write the questions.
That is
and
so
we'd
me.
do it. I would own you.
The first
It'd be
28.
like, to me, it'd just be another edition of Game of Games.
The first 28 years of my life were a lie. Are you kidding me?
By the way, Game of Games, John, I won yesterday.
Yeah, John.
So I have one.
He
already.
won, so he leads.
I was thinking about something. Have you ever won a month?
I have not.
Okay.
Now you're going to go harder.
Yeah. It's
Or
Bergman's game today. He can't
Maybe
play.
I'll go another way.
Oh, well, it's either way. It's
Maybe
my
I'll-
game.
Maybe I'll kick it to you.
I don't want you to kick it to me. No.
Let's see.
No.
He wants to earn it.
No. I got to earn.
Wants to earn
this.
it.
I'm doing well this month. Either way, it's my game today,
Okay.
so you have a chance to pass me.
Okay.
But then it's going to come down to tomorrow either way.
Gotcha.
Do you believe?
And Jorge, you're tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe? I'm gonna hijack here. Do you believe that any of the stuff like intermittent fasting or like what Morales does, where he eats all bacon or keto or does any of that stuff work? Do you think?
100%.
Really?
I know it for a fact.
Dietitians say they're making a plea. They say people should stop dieting. They're doing this on TikTok. People should stop dieting because it's not sustainable. If you lose weight all in one big chunk, it's more likely to come back as opposed to just eating healthy for the long haul, which I think, by the way, is what Bergman's doing.
All right.
Bergman's not really dieting.
I've told you guys this story before. So a few years ago, my wife went to Italy for 17 days without me.
Right.
And
woo-woo!
Yeah, it was fun. Boys' night at the Irelands.
I was thinking about her.
So, but then I was weighing, the most I've ever weighed in my whole life is 197. And I like to operate right around 185. If I'm within 3 pounds of 185, that's my playing weight.
Yeah.
And I said, Lisa's gone. I'm going to go on Metafast.
Right.
I had heard about this Metafast thing. So I went on Metafast. It doesn't even exist anymore. But
yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. I looked for it.
Yeah, and it's you're eating astronaut food all day, and you got to drink a ton of water.
Yes.
But I did it, and I lost 18 pounds in 17 days.
Yeah.
I went back to 180. And then that was too light, and I worked my way back up. But those diets absolutely work.
Yeah.
If you like,
but Morales and the bacon, I don't know.
Well, remember Wiley would come in here, and all he would have
a jug
of water with maple syrup. That was it.
Cayenne pepper. That's an actual thing that exists. The jug of water with cayenne pepper, and what did you say?
That's a cleanse.
Maple syrup.
I know people. There are people that have done that for like a week of nothing but that. It's a cleanse.
By the way, if you want to cleanse, you could just eat a whole box of Twinkies. That'll cleanse you.
It's true.
That would work. It would put on weight, though.
Yeah, but it would all come right back out if you know what I mean.
Yeah, intermittent fasting absolutely works. I'm using that, and it's also portion control. If instead of going back for second, thirds, fourths,
well, correct,
fifths,
but that's different. That's not a diet. That's just like, I'm only going to eat first.
That's what I'm doing. But there is I'm doing intermittent fasting.
I told you when I was a little kid, I used to get praised when I had seconds and thirds.
Good job, Stevie.
My grandmother would say, "Oh, Stevie had fourths. He's such a good boy." So I associated eating a lot with being a good boy, which is one of the reasons why I eat a lot now. But that's going to stop. By the way, I've gone from 212 to 206.
From 212 to 211.
No, 212 to 206.
But wait, but
I've lost 6 pounds.
Yeah, but you had donuts last night, so tonight you're probably going to weigh 209.
No, they're not bad. DK's, I got to keep them in business. I'm supporting the local donut shop. All right. Coming up next, did you see what Russell Westbrook did, John?
Jorge, did we get this clip of Westbrook?
I sent it to you.
All right, work on that.
Okay. We will.
You knew who that was, by the way, right?
Who?
The clip Russ sent out. You knew who that was talking?
No.
I'll tell you.
Okay, good. We'll do that coming up. We'll play you the Russ clip. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Circus folk, nomads, you know.